It's only a matter of time before we find a quartz specimen this big. A life-changing one. A life-changing one.
Alright, good morning guys. Welcome back to another video. Today we are back at a spot that I recently just tested, and I've been here once and I like what I've seen so far. So my last trip I got 1.3 grams at this spot, and one was a 0.4 specimen and the rest was in smaller gold and chunkier bits. And so I'm pretty excited. We were able to finally come back, and it looks like the river has actually gone down, which is crazy because online it said the river shot up. So I'm not sure why the charts say one thing but the river says another. So basically this is a hole we've been working. There's a little bit of a drop zone, which I really love working. Usually there's a lot of gold. When the river is coming up, it's dropping water right here. So usually the river level's up here. So imagine there's just a big drop zone right here that's just dropping gold. And also there's this rock that's also dropping gold behind it. So today's goal is to hopefully be able to set the sluice up. It looks like since the river dropped, I might have a little bit of trouble doing that. But on the other hand, it's not running as fast. But the level could completely change. But here's the goal. I need to clear some of my tailings from up here, and we're going to be working this hole and trying to sluice as much material as we can on top of working our way towards that rock right there. So the hard part is going to be trying to get under that rock. I think I can still keep my sluice there. If I really need more water, I can unjam some of those rocks I put there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the wetsuit on. I'm really excited to jump in. The weather has cooled down significantly by almost 20-30 degrees what it's normally out here, so that's why I'm wearing long sleeves. Yeah, the hike wasn't too bad, but so let's go ahead and get our wetsuit on, see how cold this water is. I'm sure it's cooled down as well. We're gonna get our stuff, get everything set up, and I'm really excited to get that sluice running and see. I'm hoping to be able to run some buckets today. We'll see, but yeah, let's get to it. I just stepped in the water and it's just a little bit chilly. So the sun, I don't know if the sun's gonna be coming out today. It's very cloudy up above, so at least for this time of day, usually this part of the canyon doesn't get sun until later in the day anyways, but it doesn't help if there's no sun. So I do have two snuffers because in this river it is very common to find mercury covered gold. It's almost every trip. Anytime I dig in this river, I always hit it. So this spot last time, I almost covered my specimen in mercury. So I really don't want to do that. I want to separate my non-mercury and mercury gold. I do need to label these because sometimes I do get mixed up. But yeah, so let's see if I could set up my sluice. And then I'm not looking forward to getting into this water. I know it's very cold. Also, this rock right here, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty loose at one point. It's getting ready to fall. I don't know how big it is, but if it's huge then it might not, but it's undermined, you know. I don't want to risk it. If anything, I might start digging above it and chase above it and see if I can't start a hole up there and kind of connect them. But also the rich material is down underneath that rock right now, so it's kind of double-edged sword. Let's get that sluice set up. It's running pretty slow. I can just pop out a couple of these rocks, add a little speed to it, but before we do that, let's get all these tailings out of here. I might Oh, there's a little fish in there. So the goal is to be able to classify today and sluice, so I'm not running unclassified material. So the only thing is we got to be aware of the larger rocks, because I have a feeling there's bigger gold here, especially I've seen that specimen. Not sure, but there could be a really nice payout. It just depends. Today's gonna be really, depending on the results today, is really depending whether I work this spot in the future or not, because it'll be showing me what I could get for the day's work now that I've punched through. The first day, if I didn't get the 0.4 specimen, I would have been around 0.8, which is still a great day for out at the river, but you could definitely have some richer spots. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I got the first bucket full. We're gonna go ahead and run it. Hopefully the water's running fast enough to move this material. I don't think it is. I could always speed it up, remove some more rocks. But before we do that, I did do some test pans, and I did one right there. Got a really good, actually a really nice flake way down there, breaking that material up. So that hole is still paying out, but eventually I do want to work these two together, see how big this rock is. I don't know if this is bedrock. I don't think it is. If it is, that's amazing, because then I could dig around it, you know, and safely. I'm not sure, so I'm digging on the backside just to see how deep it goes. I think it stops right there. But before we continue with that, we'll run this sluice, see if we see anything good. And for this bucket, I actually got material here, here, and here. I got 3 different places, hoping that it kind of, you know, mix up and see whether there's some gold or not. Let's see. I don't think it's running fast enough. Yeah, we definitely need to speed that up. So let's pull some of these rocks out. Should be running a little faster. Gotta be very careful that's standing on that big rock. Make sure none of my material or my limbs are underneath it. Now the river's running a little faster. There we go. A little better. Definitely still not perfect, but it definitely is moving. I do have a scoop. I was just testing. Not liking how it's bunching up right here, so definitely could. I think it's also because it's a little more flat, you know? If I jam a little thin rock underneath there, might work. Last bit. I think what we'll do is let this clear up and dig another bucket to run through and hope the gold stays in here. Alright, so we got a problem. I've been digging and I finally found the bottom of this rock. And I guess I undermined and it connected the hole. Since I was undermining, it connected that hole. And now water's shooting out under this rock, and so it's making my sluice not move as fast. So I gotta either plug it up to be able to sluice this other material. What I need to do is, or just do it, plug it up for now, sluice this material, and then set up a new spot, which will be the fun part. Figuring out where I could set up a new spot or figure something out. So that's what we'll probably do, plug it up for now, sluice, and then we'll probably drop a bunch of these rocks over there to start sluicing over that way and drop our tail end into the main river. Yeah, it's not moving enough. probably gonna have to pan all the rest of this material out. I don't want to fill in that hole because I just dug it out. Yeah, let's pan. Might be quicker. Got a little bit of mercury and a small little chunky piece of gold. We're not overloading the pan, just to be careful. There's a nice little bright piece of gold right there. It's nice. Let's try to do this so we don't lose it. We'll snuff her up right now. There we go. Usually when you see gold up at the corners, that means you need to let the gold settle back. Oh, there we go. See what I'm talking about? There's some nice pieces in here. It's not amazing. There's a little speck, mercury, little speck, piece of lead. So yeah, not bad. Every once in a while I get a nice little flake. So it's not adding up as quick as I probably wanted to, but can't complain. Alright, so the plan is to try to figure out another way to sluice. So what I was kind of thinking is I could take these other rocks I have here, just start throwing them up here and create a wall in a spot for this where I could set up a sluice right here, and I could dig right back here and then just throw hot spot around here somewhere and just eventually dig under this rock. I'd really like to see if it gets richer. I don't know if this bedrock or just a big rock sitting here. If it is bedrock, that'd be amazing if I come down to where it stops, but I won't know unless I dig under. So let's go ahead and we will start taking all these rocks we have here and just throwing them over here. Let's do that first. Alright, so basically I cleared up this chute. I'm hoping to dig right there. I moved a big old rock and I piled up my tailings right here, and I'm hoping there's enough flat surface to run my sluice. It won't be perfect, but I could definitely run it and hope that the tailings will go down there instead of up down here where I'm digging. So the goal here is to eventually just dig straight down, see how good it is underneath this rock. I did find some chunky gold here, and there's big flakes down there. It's just whether or not I want to start diving for my gold, you know? And it's a nice cold day. I could always save that for a day. Also, it's a very dangerous, especially solo. That rock could come down any minute. There's nothing really supporting it. I don't know how long it goes over this way. Basically, it's right there and it kind of cuts down. You can see. So as you can see, it basically is barely sitting there. Don't know what's holding it up. There's one rock underneath it, but let's see. What I might do is just do some test pans, see what I get, and then eventually just work my way that way and then kind of meet up with underneath that rock. I know that thing's gonna fall. I know there's great material under it. It's gonna bother me knowing I did dig a really nice hole and there's lots of good material, but it's not something I'm willing to risk. And yeah, so we'll just dig right here where the little drop zone is, keep adding rock, and hope as I build out that way I could set up a spot where I could run my sluice, and that's the hope here. So let's do it. So I want you guys to take note of the color of this water. Just watch as soon as I pull out this rock. You can see some of the other rocks I've pulled out behind me, and they're just extremely stained, which is a really good sign when you're digging. If you're seeing stuff like this, you know you're at a spot that hasn't been touched in a while, or you're at a spot that hasn't been messed with. So this is what you want to look for. Shovel, gotta get that out. Oh yeah, I already know it's gonna be some good gold. Every time I pop a big rock out, there's always something good. Oh, this thing is big. It's also really rough. smash my finger for like the 100th time. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of... Okay, here we go. If I had a detector, I bet if I detected right where under that rock, there's another specimen there. Just have a feeling. That's kind of what happened. I popped this orange rock out right here, and once I popped it out, I took a scoop right where it was, and right at the bottom is where that specimen was. That one was up against this rock between the one I just popped out and the wall.
Oh yeah. Woohoo! This looks amazing. Oh yeah. Well, what the see what happens.
Not a specimen under there, but there is a humongous flake. Nice picker I met, but for me it's humongous. Look at that. Beautiful, and some other gold in there. So there is gold under that rock. Yeah, we're gonna keep working. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Alright, let's do another pan back together because this was a pretty decent scoop, so hopefully it's something good. Let's see. One can only hope. Not looking too promising yet. Oh, there's some nice pieces. Those aren't half bad. They're not amazing, but they're pretty good pieces. Woohoo! Those are chunky. It's definitely gonna start adding up. I definitely might hit a gram and just gold today, but we'll see. My time's limited. We just hit a new layer. We got for sandy clay, which is interesting. I am finding pickers. I've seen a little bit of it in each pan, but maybe that's where it's dropping with. I don't know. It's a completely different layer I haven't had yet. So, and since I hit it, I started getting pickers and bigger gold.
All right. Well, it just started raining for a second.
See the drops on everything, but what I'm gonna do is turn the camera off, and we're gonna keep digging away, and if I get anything good, I will turn the camera back on, because right now it's just me digging, panning. Every once in a while I get a decent pan. They're not like, it's not really worth showing every single pan and be an hour of me just panning and stuff. But as I get down, if I hit bedrock, I'll let you guys know. That's the goal now, is to just punch as far down as I can, slowly work. So let's do it. All right, so I've been kind of going out away from this rock, and I'm starting to get back into the chunky gold. It kind of starts right here, so I'm assuming it's when the water comes over, it's where it drops. The specimen was right behind. Chunky gold starts here, and this is where I was finding as well over here. So I'm not sure. Here's the pan. I'll show you guys just so you can see. It's starting to add up pretty quick. It's not a huge piece, but I did get another one like this. They're real chunky, real coarse. But yeah, it'll add up pretty fast. So I'm hoping today we hit a gram, but we'll have to see. I've been trying really hard to get that rock unjammed. I've been scraping the top of it, and that's where that chunky gold's sitting on. it's kind of this way, so I'm starting to widen the hole this way and trying to get deeper, but I need to pop that rock out to get any deeper. All right, we got about an hour left and the hole is still a work in progress. That rock, I'm starting to realize it's bigger than I realized, or bigger than I thought. I did hit a really red layer and I got a really big flake, but I'm not sure if it was from the white clay or the red clay. So let's have a look down in there, check out the hole, see if we can't get, I got a really nice big flake, but
There's that red stuff. Might be able to jam.
well, we got it unjammed. Let's see if I could even lift this thing. This thing looks heavy. Whew, it's gonna be, gotta be real careful with this one. I'm excited to see what kind of gold's under that rock. I know there was some good gold on top of it. Very chunky. Keep finding these pieces of quartz that look like they could have gold in them. Just look how rough. Almost looks like it could, but I don't think it does. But we'll put it to the side. So this material wasn't looking too promising, but let's see. Do a pan back. Those are always good. Heavy pyrite. One nice flake. Little bits of other stuff. Nothing amazing, but I want to have a look now that the water's cleared up what it looks like down there. So
as you'll see, there's a more red material. That's where I'm getting better gold. This whiter stuff over here is all right, but this upper layer right here has chunky. The white stuff has smaller gold, but that red layer is where I got my my specimen and my chunkier gold as well, and nicer pieces. Let's have a look. Right there, that's the good layer that I need to chase. This is kind of all right. It has gold, but it's not amazing. Same right this. And then that's chunky gold up here in the clay area. All right, let's see what we got. Not expecting too much, but hopefully a good pan. It's real sandy red stuff instead of the normal like rusty quartz. Oh, whoa, best pan of the day. Oh my goodness. Woohoo! Oh my goodness, let's go. Look at that thing. A nice piece. Woo. Gonna have a good day. It's only an hour left and we just hit the pay streak. It's always like this. Alright. Let's have a look. Didn't look as good this time, but I don't know. I actually didn't see all those pickers until I pulled it back, but not a bad pan as well. No big pieces, but still a really good amount of gold, you know. As you can see, there's quite a few pieces in there.
Alright, so it's about end of the day. I really do want to stay much longer because this pay streak just started really well. But it's gonna have to be for tomorrow. So I'll come back and keep working it. I think I finally hit bedrock. We'll have to have a look. Let's see.
Oh, very nice. Here's another piece of one. See the corner on it. Keep pulling it out. I'm waiting for a quartz, like scepter with gold in it. That's my dream piece of gold right there. No way! What did I just say? Quartz and gold! Let's go! I can't believe I got this on camera. Oh my gosh! Another specimen! Oh my goodness, let's do a pan back. Oh my gosh! Day 2 and another specimen. All this quartz here just makes me think there's gonna be more. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. There's only a little bit of gold. I'm just in disbelief. This spot is, it's not paying out big time, but it is paying out specimens.
Alright, before we go, I really want to see what we got for the day. Hopefully it's a good looking pan, not including that picker or that specimen piece. Let's have a look. Alright, here we go. Gold for the day. Yeah. Not a bad haul at all. Definitely more gold down there. It's not too bad. I'd say at least, it looks like a gram. I'm gonna say a gram. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I sure did. It was a fun one. Second specimen at this spot. I'll be back tomorrow, and then I gotta take a break for 2 days. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think I'll be back to this spot because it's doing pretty good. So also a huge shout out to my channel members right here. I really appreciate you guys. Every new channel member really helps a lot, and we're slowly getting the channel to where I could almost do this full time, which I really appreciate you guys. Also, if you guys consider supporting me in any other ways, check out my website. I'm really hoping to be able to have some clothing soon and some other things other than pay dirts, which would be a big help. So if anybody knows some companies that work with you for clothing, and send me an email right here. So alright, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Alright guys, we are back at the house. Here is the gold for the day. Check this out. Very nice flakes, nice chunky stuff. Definitely lots of that. You can see some thickness to these. That's why in the river it's definitely better. Also check out the little nugget. Let's see if camera will focus on that. This is the second one at that spot, and it's only been 2 days there. Very nice. So let's go ahead and do a tear. Here we go. Let's see. 0.4, which is awesome because the one from the previous day was also 0.4 at that spot, which is another thing I was going to talk about is gold of the same size usually drops out in the same area. So that's just interesting. Two specimens right next to each other within a foot of each other dropped out. So hopefully maybe there's more as we dig out and widen that hole. So let's go ahead and see what we got for the rest of the day, or for the rest of the gold. $1.9, almost 2 grams for today. Not bad. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Also a huge shout out to my channel members and Patreon members listed up on the screen. If you guys would like to help support the channel, consider checking out my website mishaboylan.com. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
He's chasing dreams that go worldwide. Misha passes dreams with pride, shining nuggets in the daylight. With every scoop, this tale's untold. A YouTuber digging up the gold.